a gypsy singer, 2 great guitarists, and 6 superb dramatic dancers from Spain and the Americas. This is flamenco, and this is Act 2 of Sara de Luis' production entitled Homenaje, which means homage. It has been presented to wildly enthusiastic audiences on both coasts and in Mexico City. Flamenco has never failed to win an American audience, and Homenaje Act 2 shows flamenco at its best. But exciting as the modern flamenco of this production is, with one brilliant solo following another, and a grand finale that brings the audience to its feet, what makes Homenaje special, and unlike anything else seen today, is Act 1, in which Sara de Luis has charmingly reproduced the styles and choreographies of several of the great stars of Spanish classical dance, stars of its golden era between 1920 and 1960. Classical and neo-classic dance in Spain was performed not to guitar and song, but to the orchestral and chamber music compositions of Spain's greatest composers, such as Albéniz, De Falla, Turina, Granados, and Sarasate. This kind of Spanish dance is rarely seen in America today. To introduce her theme of homage, Sara de Luis opens the program seated in near darkness below a screen with an old movie clip of 2 beloved dancers from mid-century, dancing to the music of Granados. They are 2 of the great stylistic originators, choreographers who took their own companies on world tours and were well known in the Americas in those times. As she gazes up at the flickering image of greatness past, the audience hears her thoughts. She speaks with love, for one of these 2 was her mentor nearly 40 years ago. This very dance and these costumes will be reproduced later in the show.
In this performance of Homenaje, I wish to honor Manolo Vargas and his famous female partners.
From here, Homenaje proceeds through 9 production numbers, each introduced by a series of still images on huge screens flown in and out, accompanied by music characteristically used by the artists represented. Some of the music is actually of their own voices or footwork or castanets. Then, live dancers take the stage to perform as the originals did in period costumes to the great music that inspired Spanish neoclassic dance. This is a kind of dance few flamenco dancers are trained to execute. To dance in Homenaje, a dancer must have been doubly trained, as Sara de Luis herself was, in both classical and flamenco technique. others even comedy, because a part of most touring company programs in the 30s and 40s was given to a light evocation of an age thought more innocent in Old Madrid or Seville, done to the music hall zarzuela compositions of the 19th century composer Federico Chueca, much beloved in Spain, little known in the English-speaking world. The act closes with a transition to flamenco. Live musicians and dancers in old-fashioned costumes portray the time late in the last century when gypsy flamenco and sevillana dances began to be embraced as an entertainment form by Spanish society in the famous cafés cantantes, such as Café de Chinitas in Malaga. Performed in a gaslit ambience at first, the dancers pick up speed and brightness to end with an ensemble as festive as the Fair of Seville. And then Act Two, with each dancer performing a favorite flamenco rhythm, accompanied by one of Andalusia's great gypsy singers. The act is framed by an ensemble soleá por bulerías, which emphasizes the drama of the flamenco form, with its fierce self-assertion, so infused with Spanish history and gypsy life. pays tribute to a complex, conflicted, and exotic culture, and the great range of dance which it has produced, an art most broadly represented by this unique production.